Crafternoon, everyone. I'm Gina from Gina K Designs, and it's great to see all of you coming in from all around the world. We are having a chilly day here in Wisconsin, but it is the perfect day to make some cards of love, and that's what we're going to do today. Today's focus is either Valentines or Galentines, which is cards that you send to your friends or just other people in your life that you love that aren't necessarily your Valentine. And also a lot of the cards that we can make, similar to what I'm going to be making today, can be used for your grandchildren, for your kids, and maybe you've even been made the person to be in charge of making your grandkids Valentine's Day cards for their classroom. Some of these ideas might come in handy. So, welcome everyone. It's great to see you here. Before we get started with today's video, let's say hello to Tom. Hey, Tom.
Happy Crafternoon.
Okay, neither one of us are dressed appropriately for this live. We should both be wearing red.
I beg your pardon.
In my thumbnail, I photoshopped a shirt on myself with pink and red hearts, and now I'm on a mission to find that shirt because that's the kind of shirt I should be wearing today.
Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So how are you doing?
I'm better than horrible. Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Are you, do you have a word of the day?
I have historic words of the day.
Oh, my.
Words of the day through history.
Oh,
By the way, is there such a thing as a palentine?
A palentine, yes.
A pal.
Yes, your best pal. That's great. Yeah, that's for everybody. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, well, that's what we're doing today.
We're getting into it right away here.
All right, and we're going to give away a gift card at the end of today's live. So if you want to be entered into that, Tom, tell them what they have to do.
Just leave a comment.
That's it.
Just leave a comment in the fray, and we'll find you.
Absolutely. And a big warm welcome to Brianne Loveland. She is here. Just
yes.
Our rock. She's always here, and Brianne is not only the inventor of the inkstand that I love so much, but she is our linking ninja. So if you're looking for anything I use today, you can always just ask Brianne and she will share the link. She's going to share them anyway, but if you miss it, you can always ask again. All right, so today we are going to be focusing still on the Cheerful Garden card kit and this Stamp and Die bundle, which is part of that card kit. So, wow, that's close up. So last night I was doing a live for Scrapbook and Cards Today for their blending boot camp, and I was showing some very up-close techniques, so my zoom was still super zoomed. So we're going to be using the We Go Together stamp set and the We Go Together die set. Now, if you have other tiny stamps in your collection and you don't have this card kit, you can certainly use those for this type of card. I thought I would do two different kinds of cards today. I thought I would do a postage card, since this lends itself so well to that, and I would do just a simple kind of card that maybe you could use as a Valentine's Day card for kids' classrooms or things like that. And you can really scale that down because, do you guys remember when we were kids and it was Valentine's Day and we would go buy that box of Valentines and they were basically just like a little tag-sized card where you just sign your name and maybe you fold it in half and put a little piece of Scotch tape or something like that? You could do something very similar to that just using a tag and using images like this to create classroom Valentines. But I'll show you a very simple card that you could mass produce, and you certainly could send those out as well to all your gals and your pals. Okay, so to get started, we're going to need our postage die set, which is Master Layouts 14. So I'm going to get my die cutting machine here, and we're going to cut out a Master Layouts 14 panel. Now, if you want to do a little less coloring and stuff like that, you could always go with Master Layouts 15, which just has 3 postage slots. Master Layouts 14 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so you need a few more images for this one, but it's up to you. And remember, I always think about card making as not a race. we're not trying to get it done fast. We're just trying to enjoy it. If you do have to get it done fast, then use that little tag idea and just pick one image per card and you'll be good to go. But for my close pals that I want to send cards to, I don't mind taking a little bit longer to make a Valentine's Day card. Now, here's the question. Where did my postage die go? It's not in my bag, so that could be an issue here. Let me look around and see if I put it into a wrong bag. Or, Tom, I might have to send you out there in the field.
I'm running, already warmed up.
To go get me a postage die set. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to ask you to do that. Let me just check one thing down here, because there's always the chance that I just threw it in this box loose. Yeah. Can you go get me a Master Layouts 14 die set, Tom? Okay, so while he's doing that, I'm going to start die cutting for my second card. And for that card, I'm going to use Master Layouts 18. You know what's going to happen. He's going to go and I'm going to find it. It's going to be sitting right off to the side. But that's all right. It's Tom. I love the running emojis. Everybody, when Tom comes back, after I say thank you to him, when he comes back, make sure you guys all put running emojis in the chat for Tom. Oh my gosh, they're so funny. I love the running emoji. That's the best one. I like the ones that Shannon put too. She has them going in both directions because that is what Tom is doing right now. He's running all over the place. Okay, so while he's getting that, I've cut out a Master Layouts 18. This is Master Layouts 18. And this is the frame die. Now I'm going to cut a couple of those because I definitely want to stack these a little bit. I like the way that looks when the frame sticks out a little bit from the panel behind it. I always think that looks great. I'm surprised. I know some of our... oh, Tom is back, everybody. Tom is back. And he got me the die set. She's not only giving it to me, he's opening it for me.
You sound surprised that I came back.
No, but you have to look in the chat, Tom. Wait till you see the chat. That's you running to the warehouse. We're laughing at you running to the warehouse, but we're grateful for you running to the warehouse. Oh my God, the chat is cracking me up. You guys are
slipping and falling.
Yes, there's slip and fall emoji. Oh, you guys, I love our community so much. You guys brighten my day. Every single day you brighten my day. If it's not in our Facebook group with your beautiful cards, it's how funny you guys are in the chat. Love every second of that. Okay. So I'm die cutting one more of these just for good measure so that I can have a nice popped up frame without using any foam squares. You know, it's so funny, guys, because we're on a 6-second delay. So I guess that's pretty normal for broadcasting to have a 6-second delay. I guess that's if anything bad happens, you know, Tom slips and falls or but so I also have my laptop up because I want to be able to do polls and things like that. And all the emojis started to come in right away, but they took a minute and they started to all come in when Tom ran over to his computer. So that was perfect timing. You guys rock. Okay, so I'm going to try to open this bag and grab this die out of here. Kristen, if you're watching from the warehouse, Tom stole a Master Layouts 14, so you might want to pull that out of stock.
I did get a few looks.
You did? I'm sure. Yeah, you just run out there and they're all like picking orders and packing orders and you just steal something. That I'd give you a look too. Okay. So now I love the trophies too because Tom is definitely deserves the trophy for the Athlete of the Year. Okay, So I've cut out a Master Layouts 14 panel, so we're going to use that today as well. That was perfect timing though, because we did get a lot of our, oh my gosh, look what's sitting right here. It was sitting right here. I must have taken it out of the package because I knew I was going to use it. Oh well. Oh well, now we have a backup. Right? Right. So I am going to cut 2 panels also from Master Layouts 2. I told you, you know how it is, guys. And a lot of you have said this. I lost a key die, and the minute I lost it, I reordered it. And when I reordered it, that's when I found it. It never fails. So I have a backup. I have a backup situation here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 2 of the plain rectangles from Master Layouts 2. And that will give us our backing so I can have my little black layer that I love. And then we'll have a lot of that die cutting out of the way so we can focus on our images. So that's good. That is very good. Right? I know, it happens to all of us. Look at you guys in the chat. Yeah, it's almost like the minute you lose something, you have to make the commitment in your brain to rebuy it again. Like, go on the website, put it in your cart, but then before you buy it, go back to your craft room. Because I'm telling you, once the universe knows you made that commitment to rebuy it, it makes it magically appear. And then you could just take it out of your cart. I don't know. I don't know why that happens to all of us. We're all the same, that's why. It's just a thing. Okay, so now I have all my little die cut frames done. And what we're going to do next is we are going to stamp some of the images from this set. So I think what I'm going to do for my card here is I'm going to use the little cats. I'm going to use the present with the little heart. I'm going to use the house. It's very tiny. And I'm going to use the mailbox for my postage card. And I'm going to use You're My BFF. And then I'm going to use Sending Lots of Love. So I'll have 2 greetings on the front. But then for my other card, I'm just dying to use this little donuts and coffee. And then we go together like coffee and donuts. I think that would be such a cute card to send to a friend, especially a friend maybe that you hit the coffee shops with and just have your nice long chats and spend time together. That's such a cute little greeting there. We go together like coffee and donuts. Okay, so I'm going to use my Misty for this. I agree with you. I agree with you, Anna. Anna said, what I don't understand is how I can lose my paper cutter like 5 minutes after I just cut something with it. I don't know what it is. But I've also lost my cell phone. And I remember one day I lost my cell phone while I was talking to a friend on my cell phone, telling her I couldn't find my cell phone and I was looking everywhere for it. And of course, it was in my hand because I was talking on the phone. But the funny thing is, and you guys will relate to this, my friend was helping me find it while we were talking on the phone. My friend was saying, well, did you look? Is it possible that it fell in the hamper this morning? Or did you check your coat pocket? She's talking to me on the phone. And boy, when we both realized, we really started to laugh. I'm going to stamp this one again because I have a little goober on it there. I didn't clean it very well last time I used it. And another thing I wanted to tell you is I saw somebody in our Facebook group say that they are having trouble getting their cardstock off the grip mat once they get it on there because it does stick. But one thing that you can do is just pull the grip mat up and then it'll pop right off like that. And if it's still stuck, you can just bend the grip mat and it will come off. Okay. So
Do you remember during COVID, you and I were packing orders and you actually packed your phone into one of the packages?
I did. I packed my phone into somebody's order and I didn't know I packed it into somebody's order. I wasn't missing my phone, but it rang and it was ringing in the mail bin. And oh my gosh. Well, first of all, Tom and I looked at each other and we just started laughing. But then trying to figure out which box it was in because it stopped ringing because I didn't answer it. And yeah. Please tell me I'm not the only person that does this stuff. I don't want to be the only one. So I am stamping each of these images 2 times just to get them a little bit darker. These are the cutest little images. And you know, you don't have to color them either. If the rest of your card is very colorful, you could just color all the hearts if you wanted. So for those of you that aren't big colorers, but you have this stamp set, you could leave everything else white, but just focus on coloring the hearts. Maybe I'll do that today. I'll just color some red accents on these because I do have a card like this to show you where I did the full coloring. But maybe that would be a way that some of you would feel a little bit better about using a set like this, and it wouldn't take you as long to make a card. And I think that might actually be very cute, especially if you're using a stamp set like this to make cards for your grandkids, or you know, you want to mass produce them. Yeah, you know, I didn't think about Tom calling me on his cell phone. We actually opened several boxes before we found it. That would have been really smart. Tom, what's wrong with us?
We would have fired ourselves a long time ago.
I know, seriously. That's so true. We are not competent shippers like the rest of our ship team. We just barely made it through every day during COVID when we were the only ones working. Okay, so I'm going to take this off. Just give it a second to set. And then I'm going to take this one, even though I don't like that one because it's got the goober on there. There's a, like on the ear. And I'm going to do the donuts. Coffee and donuts. This one I'll probably color all the way. These do stamp really nicely. I love the line weight of this stamp set. It's fine, but it's not so fine that the lines just disappear. You can see them pretty nicely. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp those 3 greetings that we talked about. You're my BFF. We'll stamp that. And we want to thank all of you. We know that it's difficult for some of you who liked watching us on Facebook to try to navigate a little bit with YouTube. And we know that the comments go faster on YouTube and it's a little bit more of a challenge. But we really appreciate you making the move from Facebook to YouTube to be with us. We know it's not convenient for everybody, but we know that a lot of you have done it anyway for us, and we appreciate it. The problem with Facebook right now, for some reason, it's cutting streams off midway. And that happened to us during one of our last Facebook streams where it just cut off. We just lost like a whole bunch of people that were watching on Facebook. And then those people missed out on the giveaway because it took all their comments too. So we don't want that to happen. And that made us really sad that none of those people got a chance to, you know, get a potential gift that night because Facebook cut them off. The other thing that Facebook is doing now is they are deleting streams after 30 days. So, you know, we have the stream on our Facebook page, and then after 30 days, Facebook just deletes it. So YouTube never does that. When we go live on YouTube or we post a video on YouTube, it stays forever. I mean, as long as YouTube is still in business, it stays forever. And so we feel like YouTube is the premier video streaming platform, and we've decided just to keep everything on YouTube. Now, for those of you who have been following me for like, I don't know, 18 years or however long it's been, we never posted anything on Facebook until we started going live during COVID. we had always just used YouTube because that was the platform to go live on. So probably for a lot of you, it's not really a big deal because you watch on YouTube anyway. But we really do appreciate you being over here with us. And anytime you make a change, it's difficult, right? It's always hard. But I think you guys can get it. I have faith that everybody will figure it out. And one of the main things that I wanted to say also is when you do come over from the links that we share on Facebook, if you're like, I don't know how to comment, it's actually better if you're watching on a tablet or a phone to use the app. Because when you go into the app, that's where you can sign into your YouTube account and you can comment. If you can still watch, but if you're not in the app, it doesn't let you comment, and that's why you might be having problems. Okay, so for this one, I decided that I was just going to color in all the heart stuff. And if there's not enough heart stuff, I might add a little extra red somewhere. So for this one, I'm just kind of going in close here, and hopefully my head doesn't get too much in the way. I'm going to take a red pencil, and the color I'm using is crimson red. I'm going to take a red pencil, and I am just going to kind of go around the outside, well, the inside perimeter of this heart, like that. And then I'm also going to color in the little heart on the envelope. Now this is going to be very, very simple coloring, right? Because it's not going to have a lot of red, but it will show you how you can make a card without doing a lot of coloring, and then you'll be able to see the one that I did a lot of coloring on. This one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just go around the outside perimeter. I'm kind of going with a little bit of a heavy hand because we're going to do some Gamsol blending real quick. Now we might do a couple little red accents on some of this. We'll see. But just focusing on the hearts might just be enough. And then after I finish this card, I'll show you the other one that I made with the full coloring. And if you have more time and you want to do the full coloring, have at it, because I had a lot of fun coloring these in. It just takes a little bit of time to color. But a lot of us still really enjoy coloring. Back from when we were in school, we loved to color then, we love to color now. So this is a heart. And then let's see, maybe I'll do just this little part of the house right up there, just to have a little bit more red. And maybe I'll do, no, I'm going to leave that like that. Now for this, I'm going to do the bow tie on the kitties. For those of you who have kitties, this is Zeus and this is your kitty. We came to work last night. Well, I was at work all day. Tom ran home to feed Zeus, and then we had a live last night for Scrapbook and Cards Today, and we brought Zeus back to work with us. And it was the first time he'd ever been here in the warehouse. And he really, really enjoyed roaming around my office and having some fun here. For those of you that have pets, you know how good it is to change the scenery once in a while for them. Okay, now if you're new to Gamsol coloring, I always like to just do a quick little review. I'm using a number 2 Creative Mark blending stump. We sell these on our website. And when you get them brand new, it's always a good idea to just sand the tip a little bit. And when I sand it, I kind of sand it on an angle and I roll it as I sand it. That's a good way to clean the color off, but it's also a great way to make it more porous, so you're going to be able to absorb more Gamsol into the blending stump. And then I'm going to dip that into the solution, the Gamsol solution, which is a blending solution. And you see I left it in there for a minute. I didn't just like bloop, but I left it in there. I wanted to get some Gamsol up into that blending stump. And now I'm going to use a circular motion by putting the tip of that blending stump right onto the red. So you want to make sure it's on the actual color itself. If you don't get it on the color, it's not going to move because it needs to kind of break down the wax and move that pigment around a little bit.
Question. The brand of the pencil sharpener you use to sharpen your colored pencils?
I use the iOrbit pencil sharpener by Westcott. And I first heard about that through my friend Karen Hightower, who so lovingly sent me one because she was using it and it really, really made a difference for her with less breakage on the colored pencils. She was finding that other sharpeners would break the points, but this one didn't. And we had been talking and she had told me about it, and then she sent me one as a gift. And I loved it so much. She sent me an electric one. I loved it so much that I went back and I bought the battery-operated one too, so I had one that I could take with me when I travel or when I'm, just coloring in other rooms and I don't have an outlet close by. So that's been great, and you can find them on Amazon. That's where I got mine. I think Karen got the one that she got for me on Amazon as well. Okay, so you can see it just gives you some nice shading there. Now, as we get to these tinier ones, trying to keep that shading is a little more difficult, but we can do it.
Jane would like to know, why did you stamp one image at a time instead of all at once?
That's just a quirk of mine. I feel like if I focus on one at a time, I get nice crisp images. When I try to do them all at the same time, the ink starts drying on the one that I inked at the top, and then the one at the bottom is a little wetter, and I feel like they're more even when I do them one at a time. But that's just a me thing. You don't have to do that. You can stamp them all at once for sure. All right, and then we're gonna do the little bow tie here and just bring that color into the center of the bow tie. This cat cracks me up with her little ponytail at the top. It's so cute. And then even though I'm not doing shading on here, I am touching it with the Gamsol just to smooth out the pencil stroke lines. So there we go. We're just gonna do that much coloring on these. Now, for the donuts, we're going to do a little bit more, I think. So, Tom, what kind of donut should that be?
Let's say, let's do...
I'm going to do that for maybe the...
How about what do you call those red ones?
Oh, the red ones? Like a red velvety?
Red velvet with no. Let's do...
Like red velvety or red icing with...
Yeah, or you can do red velvety with like a white sparkly icing.
A white sparkly icing?
Yeah. I don't know.
I kind of liked your chocolate idea.
Chocolate donut with red icing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of like that.
Go with it.
Okay. So I don't have the perfect brown, but I have sandbar brown. And that gives me hope. Sandbar sounds warm weather. But we'll see what this looks like when I blend it out. And if I need to add a little bit of a warmer color on top of it, I can do that.
Now we all need donuts.
Oh, wouldn't that be good? So what's your favorite donut? I think we talked about this once before. And I told everybody that my favorite kind of donut is a Long John. And that some people had never heard of that and thought that I was talking about long underwear. Pink? You want me to do pink icing? I could do pink icing. Do pink. Okay. What's your favorite kind, Tom?
Sprinkles. Yeah, that's what I meant. Sprinkles.
Oh, sprinkles.
My favorite, chocolate. Oh, chocolate glazed. A lot of people are. Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, chocolate glazed, yeah.
Apple fritters rule.
Well, you like apple fritters?
And glazed croissants. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Tom loves a chocolate croissant. I know that. But would you characterize that as a donut?
Not technically, but
But it's in the pastry world, so it's close enough.
close enough, yes.
Yeah. Okay, that looks pretty good. We could go with that. Maybe it has a little extra whole wheat flour in it, but but yeah, I don't have a brown to make it chocolatey. I have sepia. Let's see if I could do a little sepia in here.
Trader Joe's has frozen croissants they're not even like cooked yet. They're still raw dough, and you let them proof out overnight, and they swell up and get real big, and you throw them right in the oven. Amazing.
Trader Joe's.
Yep.
All right, so that's going to be my chocolate, and then somebody said pink, so I kind of like the idea of pink. But which pink? This pink right up here. This one, that looks a little bit more like a strawberry donut. This one, I'm not sure what that color would be. So I'll go with this. And guess what the color name is? Pink. Perfect.
No imagination.
None at all. We could, if we had like something like, if I had a little paintbrush, I would take a little bit of embossing ink, re-inker, and I'd paint it on the frosting, and then I would use clear powder to make it glazy, because I don't have anything like crystal effects or anything here, but that's one way to do it. I don't have that though, so that's okay. We'll just have to go drab. We'll go drab donut style here. Looks pretty good. Should I add a tiny bit of that darker pink in here? Maybe a tiny bit. Just bring a little bit in. Just for shading. I think that'll look good, actually. Everybody's going to run out and get donuts now. Okay. So there's our little strawberry chocolate donut. And then what color should we make the cup? Oh my goodness. How about if I make it after my favorite color, because I love my Fiesta ware, and my favorite color is the turquoise cup. The turquoise cup is the one that I like to have whenever I drink my coffee in the morning. So how about if I do that? You guys okay with that? I'm going to color down the side here. Just down the side, and then I'm going to kind of bring it to the center so that like the shine is more in the center. I'm getting fancy now. This looks like my Fiesta ware teacup that I have. I have one turquoise teacup. You guys like colorful dishes? I love colorful dishes. Now we need a another blending stump here. I have a variety of them. I might be able to use this one though. I think this one might be okay. Alrighty. So we'll just work that toward the center. Am I still in the picture there? I am. There we go. And then I'll work the other side toward the center. Oh, I love red dishes. Red is like, it's kind of like the color of, that makes you hungry. So red dishes are nice. My daughter Alicia has a lot of red dishes. She loves red. Red is one of her favorite colors. So I'm just bringing that into the center here. Like that. Get a little shine mark in the center.
Jennifer would like to know, should we use watercolor paper when using Gamsol?
No, you don't need to. You can use regular paper. In fact, the smoother the paper, like this cardstock, which is the Gina K layering weight white, the better the Gamsol is going to work. Now, somebody asked last night, because we were doing a Q&A, and somebody asked last night if, and we didn't get to that question, I've got to answer that question later, but about using watercolor pencils and water instead, and why don't I do that? And one of the reasons why is because watercolor, if you don't use it on watercolor paper, it can pill. So Gamsol, it doesn't pill. Even if you go over it and over it and over it again and again and again, it doesn't pill your paper. And when I say pill, if you don't know what that term means, it means that it makes it like fuzzy and it starts to break through and breaks it down, and it just looks like kind of like wet paper. It really kind of messes up the paper. But Gamsol, you could just keep rubbing and rubbing and rubbing and no problem at all. So this one is warm gray 50%. And I'm just doing the little smoke coming off of this in warm gray 50. And I'm just kind of pulling that color up so it gets lighter as it goes to the top. Okay, so there's my little Fiesta mug, my little Fiesta cup, and my strawberry chocolate donut. I don't know if strawberry and chocolate go well together, but it looks cute. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of die cutting, but before we do that, let's add some shading onto this postage piece. So I'm going to get my sticky mat here, and I'm going to use the coordinating stencil that goes with this sticky mat. So you can order that separately if you don't already have it. See, I took all of these out ahead of time. Now, Tom, I'd have you running, but I know I already have it out here somewhere, so give me a second to find it. I don't know why I did that. I took everything out and then I made it harder for myself to find. So I have the small box down at the bottom here. So you just want to make sure that your stencil matches. I'll zoom out just a little bit because I am kind of close. That's true, Julie. Chocolate and strawberries are great together. I don't know what I'm thinking. Chocolate-covered strawberries are, like, amazing.
And those are Prismacolor pencils you're using, right?
Yes, Prismacolor pencils. And so I'm lining this up here. And then just to be extra safe, I'm going to take a little bit of pixie tape. The size of the postage die, it's made for an A2 card. It measures, this particular die itself measures 3.5 inches by 4 3/4 of an inch. But it's made to layer on an A2. And I know a lot of you are excited about the potential for us to come out with some bigger sizes. And 2026 is the year for that. All right, so normally I go with like a teal color for this, but I'm going to do some light spruce today. So I'm going to use my light spruce ink, and I'm going to just very gently go around each box and add some light spruce ink. I just want to have a little bit of color in there to separate the different postage stamps. So I'm just going around And it's okay if you get like some lines close to the edges and stuff. That's all right. We really kind of don't mind that because we want those boxes to stand apart from each other. You can use any color you want here. I would just suggest using a lighter color though, like a soft lavender, a soft lilac, a soft teal or pink, something that will just blend into the background and just give enough separation between the perimeter of this die and the boxes, just that, creating that separation between them. I know it kind of looks like a hot mess right now, but when I take the stencil off, it's going to look really good. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. There we go. Let's pull that off. And see how pretty that looks? It's got that nice little, gives it that background that separates each of those little postage stamp areas really nicely. And again, our ink has a smoothing agent in it, so it's going to smooth out really nicely. Alrighty. Now we're going to die cut all of our images and our greetings, and then I'm going to assemble this card and we'll make that second quick little card, our little coffee and donuts card. So let's back up again here. And I just want to welcome anybody who's just recently joined us. I know a lot of you are coming in on your lunch hour here. These weekday lives aren't always easy for everybody to get to, so we sure do appreciate you making time to make us part of your day today. Okay, so let's start with the kitties. And again, I'm going to do these one at a time. And I probably could have done the little cheeks here in red too. I might go back and add a little touch of pink, but you'll see that, you'll see it all colored on my other card. So maybe we'll just stick with this. And I think I'll do like 2 images at a time here. Again, I feel like I can control the images better when I just do small bits at a time. But if you want to go ahead and put all the dies on there and do them all in one pass, you certainly can do that. I know they're such cutie little images. Okay, so we've got the mailbox and the kitties. So that's 2. Mailbox and kitties. And then we'll do the house and the gift. Now you could go back and color all the little flowers red. That would be cute. Color the door red. Basically just making it a red and white card. Okay, I think that's good. Love the gift. Some of these little images too can certainly be used for other things. I mean, that little gift with the heart. A heart popping out could definitely still be for a birthday. And one of the things I like too is that little piece in the center falls out. So see this? That comes out. Love that. Okay, and the little house. And if you want to send a housewarming, congratulations on your new home, that would work. So I love these images that do dual duty. Wow, try to say that 3 times fast, Tom, I dare you.
I really don't care to.
All right, so Tom, while I'm cutting all of these out, because I still have a few more to cut, would you like to do your word of the day? Or what did you call it? The historical word of the day?
Oh, remember, you asked for it.
Oh, no. I don't know if I want to know.
Word of the day, oh hey, hooray, let's laugh it up, don't delay. Word of the day, it's here to stay. Here
to stay. Okay, Gina, do you know the significance of the number 3.1415 dot dot dot?
Yes.
You
It's
do?
pi, yes.
What a math nerd you are. Wow. So you've seen that before, and that takes you back a few years?
It takes me back many years. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, yes, we go back to the 3.1415 dot dot dot, blah, 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 blah. And that was first calculated, as far as we know, by Archimedes in around 200 BC. And so that was used, I think, to show the relationship, the ratio between the circumference of a circle and the diameter. Beyond that, who knows? But he is lovingly referred to for that amazing discovery as a pioneer. Right? He is a pioneer, and this is an ancient word of the day from 200 BC. It was actually chiseled on the column of the Parthenon, showing that he was, in fact, a pioneer of the day. Now, around that time, you had people in Egypt and Greece that were bakers, and they came up with the actual pastry we lovingly refer to today as the pie. And they were tired of using 3.1415 dot dot dot, and so they came up with the pie chart. So those people are referred to in the dead space as pioneers, bringing along this mathematical genius, the pioneers. Now, those poor people who invented the pie, they had these pies piling up, and they had to wait like 13 centuries for the folks in Ethiopia to invent the coffee grinder. And the coffee grinder brought, finally, these dry, parched pie owners and eaters were able to have coffee. And I would say, wouldn't you, Gina, wouldn't you agree that the people who invented the coffee grinder made a groundbreaking discovery? I would.
Yes, I would.
So there you go, folks. Word of the day.
A little history lesson.
Heading back to the dead space.
And we wonder why our kids are don't trust a word that we say. Oh my gosh. Very good, Tom. I loved it all. I loved it all. Very good.
Do you remember Rocky and Bullwinkle?
Yes.
Do you remember the segment of Rocky and Bullwinkle called Fractured Fairy Tales?
Yes.
Wasn't that amazing?
That was what we just experienced. That was awesome. Okay, so here's what my layout is going to look like. And I am going to add a few of the little postage elements on here. Oh, the historical, what did you call it?
What did I call it?
I don't know. I don't know, honestly. So when I'm stamping a number on here, I like to stamp it first to make sure it's going to ink well before I jump in with, 2 feet. So I'm going to stamp this one right up here at the top, 14 cents. There we go. And then clean that little stamp up. I'm going to do a little XOXO over here on this one. These are all from the same stamp set. So I'm going to test that out there. XOXO. We'll do that down here. Here we go. XOXO. And then 143, which is I love you. 143. That's what I'm going to do. 143. I'm going to do that on the kitties, I think. So we'll do that on the kitties. Oh, that's crooked. It's not that it's crooked, it's that it's crooked on the block. And sometimes I just can't see it, even when it's inked up, if it's too crooked. So I'm going to just try to straighten it a little bit. Okay, here we go. 143. There we go. Okay, looking good. Now I can add all of these designs on here using some foam squares. But before I do that, let's pick a card color base. I think it's gonna look the best if we use a red because we don't have a lot of color in here. And so I think if we use red, it's going to pull everything together. Now, I used turquoise on my other sample, which I'll show you in just a little bit. But let's go, let me look, what is this color here? I have one more red down here. Is this the same? Oh, is this red hot? No, that's the same. This is all red velvet.
Could you explain once again the 143?
143, well, you know, I has one letter, love has 4 letters, and you has 3 letters. So a lot of people, if they're like signing to each other, they'll go 143, meaning I love you. I don't know if that's actual sign language, but I've seen that a lot. People who know sign language maybe can tell me. But it's the numerical code for I love you. Exactly. Okay, so I'm going to score this at the 5.5 mark. But there's lots of other choices in there. You can pick something else if you don't want to use the 143. Okay. Yeah, I think this is a cute little Galentine's Day card. I'm going to send one of these to my BFF. And I would definitely send Valentine's Day cards to my girls. Could send them to your grandkids. I don't have any of those yet. But if I did, I would be making cards for them for sure. So let's go ahead and put the house on here. I'm going to get some bigger foam squares too, because this is a big one. We don't need to do all those little foam squares. We can just do 2 big ones. And let's get that into position. That looks pretty good right there. And it's okay if it extends outside of that square. That's totally fine. That's what I love about these die cuts too. Having the dies and being able to die cut them and have them as a die cut. If it goes a little bit outside of the box, it doesn't matter. Little mailbox. And then the little kitties down here. And there. We'll do one next to it. There we go.
Yes, all the information we provide on Gina K Designs has been thoroughly vetted, right?
I would not trust any of that story to be accurate. But I have to say that it was a very interesting story. For sure. Our poor kids. These were the kind of stories they grew up with. Well, I think I told this story before, but for those of you that are new, my repeat offenders probably heard me tell this story before, but for those of you that are new, you know, for years, do you guys remember Bon Jovi? The group Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer, that song, Living on a Prayer. Well, that song, the words in that song were about a couple, a young couple, Tommy and Gina. And so for years, when our kids were little, we lied to them and told them that John Bon Jovi was a friend of ours, because we are from Philadelphia and we right over the bridge from New Jersey, and they were from New Jersey. And we told our kids, yeah, John Bon Jovi was a friend of ours. And when Dad and I played music, we were friends with Bon Jovi, and he wrote that song about us. But what we didn't realize is as the kids got older, we never really corrected that and said, we were just kidding, we were just pulling your leg. And they started telling their friends. And then people, their parents, would come to us at swim meets and stuff, and they'd be like, I heard Living on a Prayer was written about you and your husband. And we'd be like, oh gosh. So we would tell them, no, we were just lying to our kids. The worst parents. So you're getting a little piece of Tom's storytelling ability here in the show. Okay, so this is just a very simple version where you just color the hearts. And here I have one where I colored all the stuff, the kitties in brown and gray, and I added red and turquoise here to the house and the presents. We did some gray and brown for the mailbox. So you could see when you step it up a little bit with coloring, it becomes maybe a little bit more vibrant. But I certainly think that, you know, if you're running low on time and you just want to do a little bit of quick coloring, just accenting all the hearts here really makes it have that Valentine's, Galentine's, pal kind of feeling to it, where you can just go ahead and send it to a friend. So isn't that so fun? So cute. Now let's make that other little card real quick out of these. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill this in with something. And I thought, because Valentine's Day is in the winter here up in the north, it's winter everywhere, but it's cold here in the north. Let's go ahead and use this close-knit background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink that up using, where's my sea glass? My sea glass ink. I'm going to take the inside that fell out, and I'm going to ink this up with sea glass ink, just so I can give this a little bit of winter texture. I'll put those other ones back on the screen in a couple minutes in case you missed it. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and just place this face down onto that area that I inked up. And I'm going to take the clear acetate sheet there and just put it on top and go ahead and rub all over that. I like to do my background stamps this way just because I feel like I get better contact than trying to actually put pressure on the stamp. Okay, so let's see what that looks like. There we go. So cute, very sweater weathery. I feel like there's a hint of pink in there. Might be just because I probably forgot to clean the stamp the last time I used it, and I do see that there's some pink on this acetate sheet. So that's okay. There's pink in the donuts. I'll go along with that. I'll be happy with that. I don't think it's showing up on the screen, but it might show up just a hair pink. Okay, so now I'm going to tape these together. I hope I have enough tape here. I do not have another tape runner to my name. I'm going to call ThermoWeb today and say, where's my order? We all need our tape refills. All right, so we've got 2. Now we'll do one more. I'm using a tiny bit of tape. I can always use glue if it comes to it, of course. And we'll put those together here. You can use bleach on a stamp. I actually have videos where I used bleach on stamps. So if you go to my channel and you search on my channel, or you could say Gina K Designs Bleach, and there are bleach videos that come up. And some of them I use bleach as painting, and some of them I actually use bleach as on the stamp, where I put a little bit of bleach on a paper towel, and I dip the stamp into the bleach, and then I stamp it, and it's really cool. I fly through my tape runners too, Shannon, although I don't really do a lot of like taping in the center. I mostly go around the perimeter, but yeah, I fly through them too. Okay, so I always say that, like, if there's a big snowstorm coming, I want to make sure I have toilet paper, paper towels, and tape runners. Because you just can't run out of any of that.
Does the tape runner hold for a long time?
It does. It does. It's a great tape runner. It really is. And we're going to pop that in there. And then...
And might you be doing a new background grip mat sometime this year?
Background grip mat. Yeah, I think we have another one coming. So now I'm gonna, let's see here. Is this the same size? That's the same size. I feel like I don't like that as much as I thought I was gonna like that. Let's put this back here. I'm gonna do something different. I don't like it as much as I thought I was going to. So there we go. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another one of these, and then I think I'm going to stencil it, because I just feel like that was too much background, and I don't want that much background on a, I just want a little bit of background to ground these images, and that feels like it's too much. It kind of, I'll show you what I mean. Let me find a background stamp or a stencil that I like here for this job.
Sandy wants to know, can you use bleach on the photopolymer stamps? I have only used it on rubber stamps. Does she mean to clean them?
No, she means as the technique. I do, but I clean the stamp right afterwards. I wouldn't leave it that way. I would definitely clean it right afterwards. All right, let's see here. What is this? I'm trying to find just the right stencil, so sorry about the terrible view that you're getting there. You're getting just a nothing view. What is this one? Where's my roundabout? I don't know where any of my things are. I could use the heartfelt stencil. I could use that one. That's cute. Oh, maybe I'll use this. Maybe I'll use this one. This is the roundabout stencil. Is this one on our website, Brianne? I think it is. I think it is. So I'm going to just put a little tape here and just stick it right to my surface. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do just a little crisscross design, okay? So let's get that sea glass. Maybe I'll even do gray. Gray might be better. We'll do some soft stone. We'll do some soft stone here.
I remember using this on one of the 2 cards that I made in the last 20 years.
Yeah, and it was great. You did a great job with that. Okay, I don't know what's on this brush, so let's figure that out before I jump in with 2 feet. Nope, that's a blue. That's a blue. My goal this year is to organize my entire craft room again, and I think it's actually time for me to maybe update some of my blending brushes, because some of them, I feel like I just, sometimes you just feel like you want to get a few new ones, and I think I might want to get a few new ones. Okay, so I don't want to do the whole circle, but I'm just going to take this brush And I'm just going to do this. I don't even know what that's going to look like. I'm going to peek at that. It's very faint. Do a little more. Okay. So we've got a little. We're going to go the other way. This is such a faint light color. That looks pretty good. Okay, so we've got just a little something, a little texture down there. And that just gives us like a little grounding area. Draws your eye in. Now look how much better, to me, that looks than how lost these get on this big background. They just get lost. They look just too small. But here, I'm going to add a couple more little lines here, just down here. There. But on here, because you've got this little kind of thing that draws your eye into the center, when you put them on here, your eye gets drawn right to them and it doesn't feel so overwhelming. Does that make sense? I really like the way that looks.
Looks much better.
Yeah, yeah. I think so too. So let's see now. Let's just pop it in here and see how it looks. That looks really cute. But I want to do something different to the frame. So I feel like the frame needs to look more wood-like, right? I want to change the color of the frame a little bit. So I'm going to do that using my ink pad, and I'm going to miter the edges. So are you ready? I'm going to get 2 Post-it notes. You could do this after you've already set this all up. And I'm going to go from this point to this corner. And I'm going to just put my Post-it note right there like that. Okay? And I'm going to do the same thing on this side to there. All right? Okay, now I'm going to take this same ink pad and I'm going to run that ink pad right across. And do it this way too, right across. And then I'm going to take a little bit of that ink and I'm just going to ink blend right over that line a little bit so it's not quite so stark white. Okay, now I'm going to take that off. Okay, now, and you got to clean up your space as you go or you are potentially going to have a mess. Now I'm going to block this right here, leaving a little tiny bit of white space. So I'm going to go right up to the edge and just a little forward from there. And I'm going to do the same thing here on this side. Like that. And now I'm going to do the same thing again. So I'm mitering the edges. Come back across this way. And we're going to again add a little bit of gray in there so it's not too stark white. Now we've got that mitered edge. We're going to calm that down a little bit. I know that's bright. We're going to calm that down so it's going to look a little bit better. But if we just went and wood grained the whole thing in one direction, it wouldn't look realistic, right? You need kind of the grain to be coming in these different directions.
That is crazy.
Isn't that fun? All right, so we're going to block that off. And then we're going to do the same thing down here. This is just going to make that white in the center. I feel like the white is just overwhelming on this card. And I feel like we needed to do something. Okay. So you see? It's creating dimension too. It almost looks like it sinks in more, doesn't it? A little bit.
Definitely.
And we'll do this last one. Same thing, wood grain technique. And we'll add a little bit of ink blending in there. Now, okay, so now we've got a frame that actually has dimension, looks like wood, and then to calm down that being just a little too white, we'll just get that same gray and we'll just add a little bit of ink blending in there just to calm it down a little bit. It'll still have the line, but it won't be so white. It'll look a little bit more just softer. Okay. So that has mitered edges now. Now I feel like, I don't know why I'm just doing this on the tabletop like a Neanderthal rather than using a nice mat. Now we've got our nice frame.
Neanderthal card making technique.
Now when we put that in there, the whole card isn't so overwhelmingly white, right? I had some gray on me, so I did get a little bit of gray down here, but that's okay. We're not going to worry too much about that. It'll be all right. It's very small, not real noticeable. We're going to just paper piece that in there. And now we can pop these up in here like that. And I feel like now that image doesn't look too small for this card, it's not so overwhelmingly white. Our eye is drawn into the center a little bit more. And we can add a few little embellishments around the outside just to dress it up a little bit. So let's go ahead and put those on with some foam squares. And even if this card isn't like the card that you would make, try some of these techniques that you learned today with other cards that you would make. Although I am just in love with this greeting. We go together like coffee and donuts with the little donuts. This is a Rena card, Tom. I got to give this to Rena because
Yes.
she loves donuts. So let's get this on here. Put that right up there. And then we'll go ahead and add some foam squares back here. We could actually probably use a big one. And then we'll use a small one. A big and a small. And you could do that mitered edge with actually browns. It looks beautiful with browns. I have a whole video on this too. You could do it with browns, and you can mix colors. So you could do browns, but then add like a little touch of green so it looks more aged, and that would be fun too. So let's play off the pink here. Let's see what bubblegum looks like with this. I don't know. Is that a good pink? Does that look cute together? It's kind of fun. Let's look at turquoise or tranquil teal. Play off the coffee. Do you like the teal better? Let's do a quick poll. I'll do a quick poll. All right. Start a poll. Teal or let's try one more pink though too. I just want to make sure it's the right pink, because this is the new Petunia. You like Petunia better than the bubblegum, Tom?
I'm stuck between the bubblegum and the teal.
Okay, so you don't like the Petunia?
Not as much.
Bubblegum and teal. All right, we'll do bubblegum and teal. Bubblegum, okay. Teal or bubblegum? Card base. Here, the poll is coming in, and I think I spelled card base wrong. There we go. Card base. Here comes the poll. So go ahead. The poll's popping right up at the top there. So, oh, and it says yes or no. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'll do that again. Don't vote yet. Don't vote. Card base color. Teal. Bubblegum. I like having these polls because when I see your comments coming in, I still don't know, like, it's hard. Teal or bubblegum, yes or no? What is wrong with me? Okay, so here's the teal again, and then here's the bubblegum again. And I can zoom out a little bit so we are not so close. Oh my goodness. So it's really hard for us to know exactly what the number is, but if we do everything here on YouTube and you guys actually take the poll, we can see it. So we'll leave the poll open for just, oh my gosh, Tom, it's neck and neck. 46% teal, 54% bubblegum. Did you have a preference, Tom?
Well, I went with teal, but the minute I commit to something, I like the other one.
Oh, yeah, I'm like that too.
And the gray is amazing. The gray color is amazing. And that's what kind of sets it off, I think.
Yeah. And you know, here's the thing.
It's true, you can't go wrong.
Whichever color you pick, like for this one, your eye gets a little more drawn to the donut. If you use the teal, your eye's going to be a little more drawn to the cup because the background is pulling your eye toward the center. But it looks like, I'm going to end the poll, it looks like, wow, that's close. 48% teal to 52% bubblegum. So bubblegum is the winner. That was fun. That was fun seeing you guys. And see, now I wouldn't have, if I hadn't done a poll, I wouldn't have known which one.
And what gray is that you use?
The gray is soft stone. Soft stone. It's a nice cool gray. And it's a great gray for ink blending because you can do such a soft background like that. But then when you swipe it, you do get a pretty pronounced gray color, but it's still very light. It was so close. Yeah, so close. But we'll go with bubblegum. It's kind of nice because I don't use bubblegum very much, and it is a beautiful color. Makes me feel a little springy, I gotta tell you guys. That was fun. That was super fun. You guys are all so much fun.
Jean said do half and half diagonally.
Oh, that's a good idea, too. I didn't think of that. That would have been good. Could definitely do that.
Then you could have your donuts and your coffee, too.
Yes, that's true. I like that idea, actually. That's really cute. So just take a piece of each cardstock, cut them on a diagonal, and then mount them on maybe to a white card base, and then you get both colors. Very, very creative. See, that's why I love our community. The creativity never ends. Great idea. Okay, so I might add just a couple little sequins onto this for a little pizzazz. And then I think this card is done. Maybe I'll use some of these little colored iridescent dots since we have some that are like teal in there and we have some that are pink. So where is my Connect matte glue? Here it is. Okay, so we'll just put one here. We'll put one up here. We'll put one down here. We can do one right along there. And let's add one more like way up here. Okay, so that's 5. That keeps with our odd number rule. And we'll take a few of these more teal ones. Since we didn't use the teal for the other part, we can use the teal for this. I have a big teal one over here. That might be too big. Let's just poke. Oh, here's a really tiny one. Oh, that's so tiny. Will that even show? Probably not. I'll take that off. Put a little more glue on there. The beauty of Connect Matte glue is it's perfect for die cuts. It's really made for die cuts and your embellishments. I feel like our regular Connect glue is probably better for holding cardstock together, but this is really cute for embellishments and for die cuts, because if you get it on the surface anywhere, you're not going to see it at all. I'm going to go with some smaller ones here. One more small one. Sometimes you can't tell what color they are until you get it in the light. That one looks like a half a one, but it's just because it has glue on it, which you won't see once. Okay, so there we go. You can see the shine in that, the little bit of teal. It's so fun. A little something around the perimeter. Okay, so let's look at all the cards here. We've got this cute little one, We Go Together Like Coffee and Donuts. Then we've got the more plain version of the postage card. And then we've got this jazzed up postage card. So I like them all. Don't know which one I would send to who yet, but these are definitely going to have to go in the mail. All right, well, this was fun today, you guys. This was super fun. Tom, do you have a favorite card?
I'll tell you, they're all spectacular, but I could keep looking at that pink one with the wood.
You like
frame.
the wood grain one?
That just is fun to look at.
Yeah, it's so fun.
And now I want donuts and coffee.
Right? And this one, I don't have any embellishments on this one, but that's got colored in. And then I did a white gel pen dots on there. And then just the very simple, just coloring in the red parts, the hearts.
The pink card makes you focus in and just take it all in. The other ones you move around and look at the little details.
That's true. Very true. Well, you guys, we're going to give away a gift card in just a minute, so don't go anywhere. And if you haven't dropped a comment yet, go ahead and leave one. And that enters you into the drawing. But if you are new here, or even if you're not new, we would love you to give this video a thumbs up. That really helps our channel. But if you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button and all notifications so you never miss another video. And then if you're not part of our Facebook group, we'd love to have you over there. It's called Gina K Designs and Stamp TV Friends. And you want to find the group that has 50,000 members. That's the real group. We have a couple knockoff groups over there on Facebook. But look for the one with 50,000 members. Just go ahead and answer the questions and agree to our rules, and we'll let you write in. And then that group is just filled with all kinds of Gina K Designs inspiration. We have fantastic members. They're so creative. And we'd love to see your Gina K Designs projects as well. And then another shout out to Brianne Loveland. Thank you, Brianne, for helping us today find everything that I used in this video, including the new Mega Card Kit, the Cheerful Garden Card Kit. But if you missed any of those links, you can find everything that I used today on our website at ginakdesigns.com. All right, Tom, let's give away a $15 gift card to one lucky chatter in the comments. And you guys, you can use it anytime, so you can save it for a release down the line. You can go spend it right away. They don't expire because they're gift cards. They're not coupons. All right, Tom, let's do it.
Drum roll. Here we go. Today's winner is Linda Andersen 4308. Linda Andersen.
Yay, Linda!
Yay!
Congratulations, Linda. You are our winner. All you have to do is send your name and email address to info@ginakdesigns.com and we will get that emailed over to you. Well, guys, thank you all so much for being with us today. We appreciate you taking time in the middle of the day to spend some crafty time with us. Tom and I will be back again next Tuesday night with another Stamp and Chat Live. And until then, stay safe and healthy. We love you all so very much, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.